Chapter 20. Shri Sadguru said, "This chapter summarizes the contents of Book 5, which tells us the life stories of the disciples of Shri Nimbarka. The first chapter tells us that Saint Aruni reached Brindavan and had the darshan of Devi Radha. Saint Aruni worshipped a yati with great reverence and became famous by the name Nimbarka. Chapter 2 describes this. The third chapter narrates the life story of poet Jayadeva, a devotee of Lord Krishna, who composed the Gita Govinda. In chapter 4, the glory of Gita Govinda was tested by the king on the altar of Sri Krishna. Realizing its merit, the king himself became a devotee of Sri Krishna. Chapter 5 deals with the sudden death of Padmavati, the wife of Jayadeva, and her regaining her life upon the recital of Gita Govinda. Chapter 6. A young flower maid had the darshan of Sri Krishna as a request of her melodious presentation of the Gita Govinda. The seventh chapter tells of Sri Bhatta, an unswerving devotee who attained Krishna darshan under a Kadamba tree. Chapter 8 speaks of Harivyasa, the great Guru Bhakta, who circumambulated Govardhana hill continuously for 24 years. In the ninth chapter, Sri Harivyasa spread Krishna consciousness and devotion, and due to the power of that devotion, prevented sacrifices at the altar of Devi Kali. Chapter 10 tells of a Brahmana who reached Brindavan and who was turned into a devotee of Sri Krishna due to his close association with Sri Parashurama Devacharya. In the 11th chapter, Gopakumari, the daughter of Nagaridasa, succeeded in obtaining Sri Krishna as her husband. The 12th chapter tells of King Vrajanidhi, a great devotee of Sri Krishna who abdicated his crown and reached Brindavan. In chapter 13, Haridasa came to know of the divine glory of Sri Brindavan through Ashudhira and became his disciple. The 14th chapter describes a very touching incident in the life of Haridasa, who attached no value even to the precious gems, but valued only the divine names of Sri Krishna, In chapter 15, Haridasa was invited by Akbar to grace his royal court with his presence, but Haridasa could not leave Brindavan. The 16th chapter tells of Vipuladeva, the Guru Bhakta who attained the coveted darshan of Radha Devi due to his Guru Bhakti. Chapter 17 tells us that two Vaishnava brothers named Kishori and Madhuri became very famous in Brindavan. In chapter 18, Bhagavad Rasika reached Brindavan as a result of mercy showered on him by Sri Vinayaka. The 19th chapter tells us how the Bhakta Narahari became self-confident and reached Sri Brindavan. Thus, the contents of Book 5 are given in a nutshell to facilitate the readers and listeners in remembering these stories. One who reads the Vaishnava Samhita with faith reaches eternal abode of Sri Bhagavan. Glory unto the Sadguru, glory unto Vaishnavas, glory unto Sri Madhava, and glory unto Premika. Thus ends chapter 20, entitled Katha Sangraham of Book 5 of Sri Vaishnava Samhita, composed by Shri Krishna Premi Mahaprabhu, who dwells in the luscious sweetness of the divine bliss emanating from the lotus feet of Sri Bhagavannama Bodhendra Swamigal, who descended on the earth as a savior of all beings, the universal preceptor, the Parivrajaka, a wandering saint, and a Paramahamsa, a realized soul.